I looked and saw 1212 on the clock, which is also a 3-3 creative completion. Full cycle, cyclical completion is a 12, and 3 is a creative completion. And let me turn the camera around because it's really wide. I went on right now because I can't make this stuff up. I got about 3 squirrels. The birds just started flying in. Like, when I say nature is real active right now, it's another squirrel on the tree right there. And there's the woodpecker. The woodpecker just flew in. And that's the rare one, red-headed woodpecker. And this has been like a regular thing every day. Like, they wasn't out here. Look at them, y'all. I can't make this up. Everybody out here now. Look at the birds. They getting real frisky. Look at the light penetrating through. And look where it's hitting. It's touching, like right where the food is. The light is highlighting the food. The birds getting it in. And that quartz, that's rose quartz sitting in the middle. It's like right in the middle of it all. Look at them. They real frisky. They loud. I heard the woodpecker before I saw it. Heard it. Look at them. Like, I'm just sharing with y'all the meditation moment. Happy Friday 13. Divine Feminine. Light codes coming. Look at the light codes. I can't make it up. Light codes hitting in right in the center of appropriation. And that's the woodpecker right there sitting. The woodpecker rarely sits on the fence. He's usually in the tree. Light codes hitting in the center of appropriation. They are grounding. They're appropriating. The woodpecker has been the message. Y'all seen I did a video about it before. Has been the message of unwavering persistence. When I came out here, this squirrel was just sitting on the fence. And I looked over. I thought maybe the food wasn't there. You see them all eating now. I thought, well, maybe the food not there. When I got up to say, let me go get it, and I looked, I saw the food was sitting there. So where everybody at? That's okay. Let me sit back down. And as soon as I sat back down, they all came in. The blue jays started flying in, hovering over. It looked like they fighting, but they not. They just coming in real quick. And then in the distance, I could kind of hear how many of y'all squirrels here right now? 1, 2, 3. It's about 3 or 4 of them here right now. And even in the way they eat, you see they come and take theirs and they go back. They take theirs and they go back. Even that is a message. One in the tree right there. They come down, they take what they need, take what they need, and go back. And I start to hear the woodpecker in the distance. Right? Just sharing this with y'all. Start to hear it in the distance, and I'm like, okay, Woody coming in. I start to even know his sound. Right? Just sharing y'all, like, I can't get the light. I know I like my codes of light. I'm gonna just let y'all see the meditation of nature. This is nature coming alive. They get real active when I sit out here. Because like I said, the food was there before I came out. Nobody was touching it. I thought it was empty. And I realized, oh, okay, they waiting on me. Because remember, we carry the energy. We walk with our auric field. This is just a highlight to y'all. The meditation is real. The energy is real. When I sit out here is when they begin to get active. Because they feel the auric field. They feel the light codes. The woodpecker off in a distance, like way over there, I heard him coming in. And eventually he just perched on a tree. Right there. So when you sit down, when you meditate, a lot of people may not understand this, but we exchange information with, like, the tree. This is my elder tree. This is my, what they call grandma willow. That's the tree that they all come to and through. Right? They all make their way to this tree. The woodpecker comes and perches on this tree. Between this one and that one. But this is the main one right here. This is the elder here in the community. And they get, you got Froggy. You got Froggy. And they come in. Let me turn it around now. I can't make this up. I cannot make this up. I didn't plan on going live. I just was sitting out here with my morning rising tea because we began the fasting. Well, I get my tea every morning. Rising to you too, bird. Tweet, tweet. And sitting here ready to begin the day process, getting ready for the workshop because this sacral workshop is happening. This sacral workshop is happening. And it's really, share it with whoever you can. When I say this is important, I know a lot of people be sleeping sometimes on these workshops. Oh, I'll get it next time. A lot of us don't understand the message of divine timing. A lot of us don't see divine timing. This is what the woodshop, the woodpecker in the shop. The woodpecker that is pointing to the workshop is saying unwavering persistence and divine timing. It represents divine timing. When he came out, it was divine timing. When I came to sit out here, it was divine timing. This workshop and being there, taking the time to tune in, to tune up, is divine timing at this particular time. Can you recognize divine timing? Can you see it? Can you sense it? Can you make the divine appointment when the coordinates are being lined up to you? This is not about convenience. This is not about, excuse me, do I have the time? I know, bird, I know. This is not about, hold on, because I'm listening. Remember, this is my meditation time. I just took the time to share the atmosphere with you all. The light codes. And I'm hearing the birds. It's a different kind of call. It's like those little sweet, those are like the nightingales. And then the other heavier call is the blue jays. Blue jays are calling out. Get into your expression. Get into your expression. Your divine expression, divine timing. So as the woodpecker was highlighting, here they come. The blue jays are in. Get into your expression. They represent the communication, the faith. We're in the throat chakra season. There is a divine timing of what is happening now. This sacral chakra workshop, I've been putting it off, and it is happening this weekend, this Friday. I didn't even realize that the 13th, we were on Friday the 13th. That's feminine energy. This is not hocus pocus Friday the 13th. I'm talking about the divine codes, the divine number of 13 being of the divine feminine. And so that is receptive activity. It's time to be receptive, which is the sacral chakra is very, very receptive. It's a feminine energy. The planet Venus represents this as well. Right? We have 9 chakras. We got 9 planets. I know they say we got 7, but when you include the soul star and the earth star right above us and right below us, it is 9 planets, 9 chakras. And Venus usually goes with the sacral. So when we tap in, I'm saying to those, whoever it resonates with, whoever gets this message, if it comes to you, it's for a reason, that maybe you are supposed to be there, because it's not for no reason. This is the divine timing. This is going to help with, and I put a lot of these workshops out. I have been doing a lot since 2021. And a lot of times I do feel like pulling back because of the lack of receptivity sometimes and reciprocity. But for those who do jump in, those who get it, they get it. A lot of people who have been in the workshops get it. And sometimes people feel like, well, I did mines, I did enough. A lot of times we got to still recognize divine timing. And these are courses, these are moments in time, pivotal moments that's helping us move through, like these light codes that was coming through, move through these light frequencies, the light penetration that's happening. That light that we saw earlier coming through was light penetration. And it's here to break up the mucus of resistance, the blocks, like mucus blocks, the mucus of resistance in our soul's complexity, right? In our entire compartment of our soul, our entire mind, also within the earth. Like, it is here. We're getting those solar flares and it is affecting all of us. It's time to really go within on a whole nother level. So this is going to be very beneficial in helping us to alchemize the energies, the frequencies, things that we may be transiting through. Some of you may say, well, now is not the time because I'm going through this. Well, that's why it is the time. Because exactly what we're going to be getting through this sacral chakra concentration, we're going to be concentrating on our sacral. We're going to be allowing the feelings to flow. And I'm not talking about being overly emotional. I'm talking about allowing the emotions, the energy in motion to move through, to open up, so that we can extract the information and the feelings. We're going to be doing this in the workshop, teaching you the tools, giving you the tools. What you do with it is what you do. I don't even like to say really teaching. I'm giving you the tools. I'm simply the facilitator that is one in myself going through this exact thing. I'm speaking on what I know that has been happening. We've been in this 6-month window and we're coming to a close. We're in the last stretch right now of this 6-month marathon, running alongside Third Eye Atlas in our solar system, along our ecliptic plane. All of this is intrinsic. None of it is separate. Don't fall for the illusion of separation. It's all intrinsically inclined, right, squirrel? Like, as soon as I said that, the squirrels came right in my face and looking right at me. Like, say what? Don't fall for the illusion. The illusion of separation. It's not real. We're going to be looking at how the transcendence of the planets are playing a very key role. Our guides, our celestial bodies are our celestial guides. And if we can feel, we can find a path. We can find the information. What we feel will be revealed. If we can feel, we allow the revelation. How do you open the book of Revelation? It is through feelings. That's the key. Can you feel? And in your feeling, can you extract the information? Can you walk on water? That's the Christ consciousness. Can you walk on water? Water is the emotions. Water represents the emotional body. What is the element of the sacral? Water. Can you get in water? Can you walk on water? Can you go with the flow of water, which is the flow of energy in motion, which is the flow of currency? We're going to be diving into all of this and sharing the tools with you so that you have it with you and know what to do during these very pivotal changing times. The key is definitely going to be the sacral. The pivotal changing point is going to be the sacral. When we're talking about the lower chakras, from the root to the heart being the highest of the lower chakras. Not low because they're bad, like how we say low vibrational, oh, like that's bad. Not low because it's bad. Low because of position. Low because it is in the realms here on earth instead of in the higher realms of the etheric realm, the spiritual body. So the lower chakras are the root, the sacral, the solar plexus, and the heart. These are all the energy centers of the body. There's the body and there's the mind. And the sacral is the pivotal, most pivotal point when we are elevating through our chakras, when we're having what they call a kundalini rising. This is not just about working physical chakras outside of you. This is about really going within and working within you, finding the kingdom that is within you and working within you. Because those energy centers, those sekemras, are the doorways into your soul's consciousness. It is the interconnection, the very interconnected wires that are carrying you into the divinity of your mind. It is the very tool of traveling through time, meaning crossing the dimensional timelines, passing through the dimensions within your minds. I can't make this up. I can't make this up, because how I know is why I'm saying this to you. Look at this. Even the squirrel knows. Look how this squirrel looking at me, y'all, while I'm talking to you, while I'm explaining to you. This is how the squirrel is just perched, looking at me. I can't make it up. Some may pass this by, and I see it all the time. I put out workshops, and a lot of people look at it like opportunities, like, oh, like passing by, you know, opportunities. Oh, I'll get the next one. And I'm like, sometimes a lot of people don't realize divine timing and what is in it that's going to help you shift into the next point of your timeline. I do what I do because Spirit comes through and shows me. The transition of time that we're in the respiriting season, which is a transition within time in and of itself. These last 3 months of the year completes. It's the cyclical completion once we have that respiriting reset. And within this 3-month transitional time, we are in the second month. We are in the trend, and anytime that it's always a 1, 2, 3. There's power in a number of 3 because it is also an evolutionary step in time. 1, 2, 3. There's awareness, or most people may say there's introduction, there's the body, there's the conclusion. There's a beginning, the middle, and the end. The middle is always transitional. We are in a very transitional part of the transition in time. Hear what I'm saying? If it gets into your mind. Aquarius season, Anubis. By our 5D calendar, we call it Anubis, but Aquarius season is very, very pivotal. And right now, where we had a stellium going through Aquarius season, we have our sun, which means everything is being brought into the outer world. You are being recognized. You are seeing. You are being brought to recognize or recognize, to see this transition in time. Ooh, that coconut just fell. How do you... What just happened? We are being brought to recognize. And as soon as I said that, the coconut fell. Like, as soon as I said that, something ran. A squirrel sounded off right here, and all 3 of them right here ran. Just moments before that big thump. I clear that energy, because I know that what I said was reason, that recognition of what we are transiting through. And sometimes those opposition energies do not want that part of the message to go through. It's almost like something scampered them off. That's a point of resistance or a moment of resistance. And it's just like that in our consciousness. Sometimes we're on a roll, we're moving through the dimensions in our mind, and then something happens that throws a train of thought off the track. When you're getting to a real key point that they know is going to be powerful, pivotal, shifting, Uranus type of disturbingly changing, They don't like that. Let me sip to that. See something, a lot of y'all be asleep on what's happening. And this is something that you really want to not be asleep on. So as we're in that pivotal time, pivotal moment within the pivotal shift in time, Aquarius, the sun, bringing it all to the outer world, as I was saying. Pluto in Aquarius for the next couple years. So every time we hit this Aquarius mark, this Aquarius season, it's bringing Pluto, bringing the death to rebirth, revelation, transformation, death to rebirth, transformation that is a true revelation. The revelation of truth is at hand. That's what's being unveiled right now for a lot of people. And it is affecting us in our emotional body because we're mind-body complex beings. That means we're wired through the mind in our body. The circuits move through our mind in and through the body. And that circuit, that electromagnetic frequency are the circuits in time within your divine mind. And that is moving through your entire body, your vehicle that is connected to this mind. So we do have to be able to calibrate. As I said that, the wind just picked up. We do have to be able to calibrate as we feel the winds of time. We feel the wisdom in the wind. The information is within. So all that we need is within the currency. Thank you, Spirit. That circuitry, the mind-body complex that is tethered into this earth through circuitry, through the invisible realm, so we dare not ignore it. Everything that's happening around you is information field upon information field upon information field. We are sitting in each other's information field. We are walking through each other's information field. We have our auric field, and we are reacting or responding. Some are reacting, some are responding to the auric field or the information field, the truth resonance of this earth, the Schumann resonance of this earth. The frequencies are accelerating as light penetration is coming through. Right? And in comes the squirrel again as I'm saying this. The light is coming through. And it's for us to ground. Like these squirrels are grounding right now. Grounding in the light frequencies and the sounding, the sound vibration, the wind, the information, the energy. I know that what I'm not saying is not just words. I know I'm talking to the squirrel. Very few people get these messages. And right now, as I'm looking into the screen of the phone, I'm actually seeing the color green and red. I'm seeing like 3 lines of green and red just above the squirrel. So I don't know if it's visual to if you all can see it on that end, but it's green and red just above the squirrel. Hey, Charlie. And so that's highlighting to me that there is a connection from the root to the heart. This is what we've been in on this path, the third eye atlas. It was coming in red. I remember doing a video about it. You could go back and check it out. The red tablets and the green tablets, because when they first saw it, it looked red. As it came closer into our vicinity, into our system, it became the green comet. There was a message that was highlighted that we are being transmuted, transformed, transcending through each of these lower chakras, from the root to the heart, from the root that is connected to everything, the deep root connection into this earth, that everything that is coming from the galactic center is coming into this earth. That is the root. We may think that the earth is not the celestials, but it is, because hello, the earth is within the celestials, within the vastness of the heavens, the celestials being the heavens. So everything that comes from the heavens comes into the earth. So it's not to separate it from the cosmic alignment. The earth is very much a part of the cosmic alignment. As we exist on the earth, it is a very physical existence. And we are going from this physicality, we are ascending and bringing it up into the heart. Look at this squirrel, taking in the information. And that's why I call them my 5D creatures. These is my 5D animals. And that red is signifying what is being implanted into the earth from the ethers. All of the earth codes that are coming up, we have to bring it up from the earth, because why? We are manifestations of the earth. We are manifestors on the earth, and it has to come through the physical body of the earth. Every manifested existence is the root chakra and the expression thereof. So relationships, money. This is why a lot of changes have been happening. Uranus has been going through Taurus, because Taurus is representing the very physical body of the earth and the materials within the earth, the manifestations thereof. And that is being re-evaluated so that we can make the necessary changes. Yes, your finances are being impacted. Your relationships are being impacted, because these are manifestations, materials of the earth that are being re-evaluated. Disruptive changes that are being re-evaluated. And that has to come up from the root into the sacral. Into the sacral. Welcome in. Thank you for those who ever came. You may see I'm because it's like I'm talking to the squirrel. He's the only one really listening. I was sitting in here with nobody, and the squirrel just came up and started listening. So I know that it's truth, because it's a resonance of truth. And everything that's coming through the earth right now is coming up so that we can transcend it. We can extract the information that we need. We're physical beings having a physical experience. We're human beings having a physical experience. Let me say it this way. We are spiritual beings in this human suit having a physical experience. So we have to respect the physical, the vehicle, the experiences that teaches wisdom. Is the experiences that brings us into the wisdom. So that everything that is happening within our root is being challenged right now. Your job, your family, relationships, money, which is pretty much the same thing, because your job is your money and your relationships are family, friends. All of these are being challenged because these are material things that are being re-evaluated in your life, world, and affairs, and how we are taking it in matters. Ashe? How we are bringing it through our body matters, and that now brings us to the sacral, the very, very pivotal part. In order to get us from the root is the most, while we were seeing that red and the green, is the root is the most physical part, and the heart, the green, which represents the heart, is the most spiritual. So from the physical to the spiritual, or the energetic, it is the energetic body or the spiritual body, because everything in spirit is energy. Spirit is energy. It is the invisible and the unseen aspect of us. And so we have to transcend through the physical up into the spiritual. So whatever is happening in the physical, it's not to be bogged down by it. It is to transcend it through what? Through the transition of our energy centers, the transition in time, which is our sacral. Okay, you back, squirrel? You want to hear now? Now this one want to hear. which is the sacral. Or did y'all food finish? You coming to tell me something? Huh? You're asking for something? See, they put their hand on their chest. It's like they asking for something. You want some more nuts? Please? Go get them. Go get them. So this sacral, this red, the green, I'm seeing the red and green again. Red and green, what you mean, what you mean. The sacral is the emotional body. It is the energy in motion. It is how we process what is happening in the physical. It is reinforcing the physical. The root is safety. It's being in the abundance. It's knowing that you are in your abundance. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. That is the root. Regardless of what you have in front of you and what you don't have, you have the abundance. Do you know that you have that abundance? No matter how many things are being shaken up in your life, world, and affairs. And so the sacral helps you to get that information. The sacral helps you to translate that information, to feel it, because who feels it knows it. So it allows the currency to move through you. It is the very currency, the electromagnetic frequencies that are moving through you are the waters that flow through you, the ever-living water of life that flows through you, that water that carries memory. Water is also memory, which represents the subconscious mind. So carrying the subconscious mind through your circuitry, through your circuits within your mind. And these chakras do what? Circulate. Circulates energy, circulates the frequencies through you. It is tailored according to what you hold in mind, in your consciousness. What you hold in your consciousness is what you hold in your energy centers. Believe me, it is such a beautiful stick of measurement. The energy centers simply measure us. It's not just something on your body like people may go through. It's not on the just on the exterior. It's very internal. It is a measurement, a thermometer, if you will, a gauge, a stick of measurement that helps you to measure every part of you, so you know what is out of alignment, how and why and when and where. I'll take you there. That's what I'm hearing. It'll point you to it. It'll point you to where, because I'll take you there. And that's what we're allowing with the sacral chakra. Allowing that to those feelings to allow the energy in motion to indicate. Feelings are indicators. They're not just things that we have. Oh, I feel like this. I feel like that. Yes, pay attention to your feelings, because it is what you are to extract, the information that you're to extract out of it. Ashe. 3333. I just saw 3333. Creative completion times 4. The foundational balance of a creative completion. We need to be able to find those 4 corners. The 4 corners of the earth are the 4 elements and the 4 directions: north, south, east, and west. Earth, water, fire, wind. Root, sacral, solar plexus, heart. I can't make this up. I can't say there's no other way. If we have to begin to make the connections. But you have to want it for yourself. This is not just to get information. This is to embody. This particular sacral workshop is going to be helping us to embody. And for those who it's for those who resonate, for those who know, you may really want to tap in, because this is going to be the tools that you have that to help you embody the age of the knowing, the Aquarian age, and everything that we're getting right now. It's not enough just to know. We have to embody it. Allow these energies to move through us, quicken ourselves to the information, to the frequencies, because that is the information. These light codes, this sun that I'm appropriating in my skin, that I am eating as I'm on the 2nd day of this fast For those who are joining me, these are the second set of 9 days within the vortex from 2:22 to 2:20. We're in that vortex. I don't know if you've seen the video or the post, but I posted about being in the vortex, and now in these second set, these next 9 days, 9 is a completion. It's going into a fast of spirit over flesh, and that is having an obedience, a self-restraint, and an obedient self-discipline of saying no to the flesh in mind. No to the flesh in mind so that you can say no to the flesh in the body. Practicing practical application is a bridge. Rituals are practical application. It is a bridge. The fact that I am fasting is a ritual. Doing what must needs be done is a ritual. It is called practical application because that is the bridge to embodiment. How can we embody things in the invisible realm? Practical application. So when I pull back from certain foods, it's not just about doing a fast to clean the body, clean the mind, definitely. And appropriate more of these light codes. Go into meditation. To receive, to be in receptive mode. Again, happy 13th day. Friday the 13th is a very, very feminine day of receptivity. Activate your receptive activity within you. The sacral chakra, receptive activity. It represents that moon energy. And the moon is our inner world, the feminine part of us. Receptivity, so we can receive. When you receive, you allow information to come in so that you can create. That's what supports creativity, the masculine energy. Right now, these are the times when you're hearing a lot about feminine energy and the feminine energy that is pouring in to the planet in such an influx. Because this is what we need to level the field. We've been in such a disarray from the age of the ram, the shadows of the age of the ram that brought forth the patriarchal rules, the misappropriated patriarchal rules, because there's nothing wrong with the masculine. There's nothing wrong with the patriarch. But there is a balance. It is a patriarch and matriarch. It is a masculine and feminine because it is the harmony of duality. It is a sacred union, which is what? For those of you who have the 5D calendar, you'll see that on the 14th, it is called Divine Sacred Union Day. Because rather than focus on looking for love in a superficial way, it is about going within and finding that divine sacred union within you. If you're overly masculinated as a woman, then you need to go in and find that divine masculine in you, to honor that divine masculine in you, to respect the divine feminine in you, so that you can have a sacred matrimony in your soul, in your entire mind, which is the soul, which is your consciousness. The threefold of your consciousness is superconscious, conscious, and subconscious. It is to find the harmony within that. And the harmonizing that is happening within the soul is between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. That's the masculine and the feminine of the soul. The sun and the moon of the soul is the conscious and the subconscious mind. The will and understanding. The ego and the intuition. Right? Because all ego isn't bad. We got a wise ego. That's the Asar in you that has been dethroned by the Set in you. When the Set in you, in your consciousness, starts Set tripping, then you have dethroned your Asar, which is your wise ego. And we are often moving along in the misappropriated ego, the one who does things according to our unhealed wounds, because they haven't been processed or addressed. They need to be undressed and redressed, which is what Aset represents. The feminine energy of Aset, the subconscious mind, the memories, to go and remember who you are, to put back the dismembered pieces of your Asar. that has been discombobulated and dismembered. It is the feminine energy that retrieves that information. Why? Because she receives. It is your subconscious that receives. And when we understand this, we understand the circuitry of our divine union. So this, and one day I think I'm gonna tell a story about what happened to me in 2015, because that's when I really came to the balance of my divine masculine and feminine. That's when I married myself and everything changed. That was one of the most major spiritual up levelings I've ever done, and did not know what I was doing at the time. I was simply just being intuitively guided and just following where spirit was guiding me, but it was really being intentional about marrying myself, and not out of desperate. And it wasn't for Valentine's Day. It was something that actually started in December, and it went up to around the time of Valentine's Day. It was actually a workshop that I was a part of, and incorporated this in that way for me, because it wasn't what the workshop was saying. They were not saying marry yourself and come to this divine. It was a workshop called How to Find Love, but it was more so in a superficial way with a spiritual motive. But I took it to a whole nother level and didn't realize at the time that as I was marrying myself, I was integrating in my consciousness the conscious and subconscious mind, the divine masculine and feminine within my own mind, and I pulled away certain layers and realized that I had to respect the divine feminine in me. A lot of us think we respect ourselves, but at a mind level, at a deep mental, emotional to spiritual level, we don't. And we think because we're doing all the right things on the outside, or saying these right things, saying affirmations, and oh, I love myself, and that's a good first step. I'm not saying don't do it, but there's a deeper aspect. There is deeper connectivity. It goes deeper than just a superficial level of I love myself. There is a depth within in which we integrate in the depths of our soul and our mind, where we allow ourselves to truly respect the divine feminine energy in a way that we haven't been doing. Whatever that may be for you, it may show up differently for everybody. But for me, I realized, although I'm a woman and I was for women in certain ways, I wasn't too pro-woman, not a feminist. I wasn't for feminism and feminists, but I was pro-woman. And I realized, though, that I didn't really respect the divine feminine within me. And I didn't honor the divine masculine. Matter of fact, especially on the super level, I more despised men and the masculine because of what has happened as a woman, me being in my woman's suit and feeling this surface level stuff kick up dust. But at the same time, although I thought I was for women, I did not really respect the divine feminine. So there had to be a balance and a harmony where I respect the role of the divine feminine. There's a role. There's a role, and I don't mean these gender roles. I don't mean these superficial gender roles, but that too is an example of how we are to live inside, because as within, so without. So sometimes we don't need to be fighting a lot of this stuff. There are things, there are roles or job descriptions, if you will, for the gender. Not being a sexist, but understanding that this is what the physical male body is for, and this is what the physical female body is for, is understanding, overstanding, and understanding that this is what the masculine energy is for, and this is what the feminine energy is for. And it's not competition. It's not one is better than. They are equally important for the diverse job descriptions that they have. The receptive activity, which is the feminine energy, is equally important to the masculine, to the creative activity, which is the masculine energy, and they have different job descriptions. One is a receiver, one is a giver. One receives, one gives. And in that receptivity, it harnesses instructions so that you know what to give and what to do in the creative activity. You cannot truly create without having instructions of what to create, how to create, when to create, where to create. And so the masculine has to respect those instructions. And the instructions has to respect the masculine carrying it out, those instructions, the doing, the manifesting, the creating. There is no creation without the harmony of duality of the masculine and feminine energies. And that's why, to a very basic level, it is exemplified in just simple biology and the creation of another human being. You cannot create another human being without the masculine and feminine energy. I don't care if you go and do in vitro and there's all this other scientific stuff. Even science has to obey the laws of receiving and giving. So they have to create something that operates as a receiver, and they have to create something that operates as a giver in order to create life, in order for life to continue and to move on and on and on. As I speak of creations, here are minds. So anything that you create, anything that you manifest, which a manifestation is a representation of creation, Ashe, it has to go through receptive activity and creative activity. This is the sacred union within. So when you look for harmony, it's not to look for love on a superficial level on the outside, because when you find it, this was the message I was getting at that time, why I was guided to go within. Because if you're really looking for love on the outside, then you need to be looking for love on the inside. And when you truly harmonize and integrate with it on the inside, you will see that there is no need to go looking on the outside, because it's going to come to you, because it's going to be a vibrational match. It's going to be such a strong coherency in your vibration that you're going to attract. And I'm not saying to do it just to attract, because see, intentions are important. I didn't do it to attract anyone, yet I did. Right? You saw my three little examples, my three representations of creation. This was through that union at that time, about 9-10 years ago, 2015. 10 years ago, because she's about to be 10. So this is harmonizing. When I did this, I didn't do it to say, oh, I'm doing this, I'm finding a sacred union within myself because I'm looking for someone on the outside. I just found a spiritual law that was true. And something in me said, why am I looking outside? What's important is that I have a harmony within, that I marry myself. I want to love and respect myself as the divine masculine and feminine within me. I want to respect both the masculine and feminine within myself. And by doing that, it was such a true vibration, a true coherency, that it emanated, it magnified my energetic field, my auric field. And this is before I knew anything about what I'm saying now about auric field and energy. I wasn't thinking of my field of information or none of that. But now I know that's what I did. I magnified it, I amplified it. And so that vibration goes out, and it's such a strong, coherent vibrational match that it becomes a vibrational pull. It becomes magnetized. And instantly, as I came out of that, I was so on a high with myself that I didn't even want a physical person. Yet it was given to me. I met a physical person and was very hesitant, because I was like, wait a minute, I don't want nothing messing up my marriage. I's married now. I'm good. But Spirit was saying, no, I need you to go into the valley. You just reached the mountaintop, Moses. You just came and got your tablets. Now that you understand, I need you to carry them tablets back down into the valley. You need to go make this a practical application, because you have to what? Embody it. It can't just stay up here in the ethers. Then what would be the purpose of our physical experience? to embody the wisdom, raising the vibration back up. This is how you know energy flows just like this. It's constantly going up and down. We don't keep things in the higher realm and hoard it in the higher realm. We have to constantly be integrating it, embodying it into the lower realms to bring it back up. Because what it does is it continues to rises the lower realms. Every time we go down and come up and go down and come up, we bring more of the lower realms up with us. Ashe? So, let me go because my tea is not hot anymore. It's now going into lukewarm and into cool. My lime water. So thank you for those of you who came through, who resonated with this. Share it if it resonates with you for someone else. But most importantly, if it's for you and it does resonate, make that connection. Take the next step. Follow up. Come into the sacred workshop and get those tools. There's much more than what I'm giving you right here. There's so much more. And these tools are going to help us calibrate these frequencies. I'm telling you truth. Who feels it knows it. And so we're going to take these tools and calibrate the nervous system, because it is calibrating. And it's going to help us with this oscillation of frequencies, because we're oscillating in this transition in time. The emotional body is how the electricity flows, the currency flows, the water flows. So as we unlock these codes, these earth codes that we're getting, we need the currency to move it from this point to that point, to have it get to where it needs to go, all over our mind, body, through the spirit. Right? We're threefold beings: mind, body, spirit. And the mind is the soul. That's why I don't say mind, body, soul, because mind and soul is the same thing. It's the body, the soul, and the spirit. Or I may say spirit, soul, body. Threefold being. So let's get the spirit, let's get the currency of our spirits flowing and going and showing and growing in this risen light. As the light penetration lights up our soul's delight. Welcome in. Come on in. We start tonight. Sit on in. Come on in and get it right. So let it be. And so it is. All is well with all that is well within thee. Ashe, ashe. Peace, love, and light. You can email me if you want more or further information, and it's always in my description. So look out for that at akilatextree@gmail.com. Peace, love, and light.